Once they're gone, they're gone. This isn't your average uptight tournament. It's all about cutting loose, enjoying the day, and supporting a great cause. The Community Foundation of the Hill Country, presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and sponsored by Fly by Yingling and PPL Motorhomes. And when the final putt drops, the party's just getting started. Head over to the Break Room Bar on Pat Booker Road for the official after party. Cold drinks, great food, and the perfect finish to a perfect day. Don't get left out. Grab your crew, grab your clubs, and get ready for a Monday you won't forget. Sign up now at sasportstar.com. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, we found out today that Cowboys owner and general manager Jerry Jones revealed it on the upcoming Netflix documentary that releases on August 19th that he fought stage 4 cancer for 10 years starting back in 2010 and won. He credits a trial drug, PD-1, calling it a miracle drug. Speaking of the Cowboys, guess who's number 1 on Sportico's valuation list? Yep, the Cowboys.
This is Extra Innings with Pleasure.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Rock and roll! The Texans win it!
You've been called the Da Vinci of our time. What do you say to that?
Absolutely ridiculous. I don't paint.
That goal is history. A walk-off home run.
And it's going to be legendary.
James Pledger wraps your day with insight, opinion, plenty of sarcasm, and of course, your calls. He'll even pour a beer out the door for his favorite story of the day. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. Now, here's Pledge. What's up, Danger? Can't stop me now.
Welcome into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. I am James Pledger. Thanks for joining me. However you may be joining, whether that's on 94.1 on your FM dial, if you happen to be locked in and listening at sasportstar.com via our AA Best Bail Bonds audio player, or if you happen to be watching our show live on YouTube. That's right. We stream all of our shows on YouTube, whether that's the Morning Huddle, the Blitz, or right here on Extra Innings with Pleasure. Just go to YouTube, search at SA Sports Star. Go ahead and like, subscribe while you're there. You can comment along with the show, like so many in the bullpen already there. Ms. Becky, Joe, Coyote, Albert Lopez, Fred Casares. Appreciate everybody for already rolling through. Lots to get into today. Jerry, Micah, Gina Ortiz-Jones and her comments about Project Marvel and what it all means. Just tons to get into. But I wanted to start things off with something a little bit lightheaded, or lighthearted anyway, and that's earlier this morning on the Morning Huddle. AJ and Rob debating what's worse, being close or not being close at all.
The Hard Knocks episode did show how tortured Bills fans are.
I'll tell you what, those poor bastards. they have turned sadness into an art form. And I want to own the table concession.
Oh my gosh. Can you
Buffalo.
Imagine working at a table store there?
That's all I do is, this will collapse. What's your weight limit on this one?
Yeah, I feel bad because I'm not like the people who talk, that lady in the bar who was like,
she almost started crying.
If they were to win, it would mean the world to me. Like, what? I mean, why? That'd be cool.
Oh, I get it, man.
But
I get it.
Yeah, that is
as a man, until the Spurs, I hadn't had a whole lot of winners in my life. You know what I mean? So if you had one that had never over like 40, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Like still being a Spurs fan after all these years and never even, gotten so close.
Okay, you can stop saying never. I get it.
No, but what I'm saying is it would be worse I think it's worse to be close. It's like getting the silver medal. You're like, oh, almost. 4 times. Almost. I think Buffalo has suffered more than any team anywhere to be right there. 2 times, literally seconds, milliseconds, wide right. Just right.
I know. Man. The good thing about being a Bills fan is I've not had many years where they were like 3-13 or 2-4. They're never an Aggie fan. They're never garbage.
They're never garbage. Just good enough to keep you interested, but forever kicking you in the nuts.
But there were times like after the Super Bowls when they broke that team up that I kind of wish they would be 3-13 so they could get a decent quarterback, and it just never happened. But I think I'm with you that it sucks to get close and lose all those times. But I think I'd rather that than be like the Cleveland Browns and just be a terrible joke of a franchise. You don't want to be that.
Yeah, just the ongoing joke.
Yeah.
No, it's true. But, being close and being not just kind of close, but being like one player, one play, one thing twice.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you as an Aggie fan, like you.
Oh, we've never been that close.
No, you're right. I guess I'm trying to think.
We never were in a title game that we lost.
No, that's true.
I mean, we've aspired to it, and it sucks not getting there. But I can't imagine having that happen once and then have it happen again, and then have it happen again, and have it happen again in 4 consecutive years.
We all know what happened. We all know what happened. Brian says, as long as AFC has Mahomes, the Bills aren't winning anything because Mahomes took a team with literally nobody to the championship. That's probably true.
Yeah.
I mean, and every day. Now, I don't want this to be construed as racist, okay? But I'm going to say this. Every day, I hope Patrick Mahomes gets hit by a car.
Well, not
accident.
Killed, just his right arm is no longer able to function in the way that it did.
Now, I want him to get hit on the side of him that is half white.
I don't want him.
I want him to get hit on that side with the car.
The mom side?
Yeah, the mom side. And I'm just hoping that's his throwing side.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I assume that's the good arm.
I don't know, but I do hope Patrick Mahomes gets hit by a car. So, and Rin says, what does Bills stand for? Okay, Rin, let's go with the old 4th grade joke.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I'm not in on it.
Oh, you've never heard Boy, I Love Losing Super Bowls?
Oh, I didn't know. I'd never actually heard that.
Oh, my
gosh. That's actually very funny.
That's not funny.
It is.
Kind of is.
You know what I remember when I first heard that, I was like, man.
Boy, I love losing.
Yeah. Dang it. I'm like, man, I'm glad I'm not them.
As a Cowboy fan, I can't even.
As a Cowboy fan, I'm like, we never
I'd
made
like to go there.
Well, no, as a Cowboy fan, you stomped a hole in the Bills twice.
Again, 30 years ago.
You didn't feel bad about it.
Yeah.
You didn't feel bad about it. And that's the other thing. Like, most Bills fans don't even remember those. Like,
no.
My buddy Matt is a Bills fan, and he's like, those Super Bowls happened before, like, he remembers anything about football.
Most Cowboy fans, same way.
Yeah.
Look, I appreciate the fact that, hey, it's better to be close or not at all than to be close and suffer the heartbreak. And Joe says, still thinks about that Ray Allen 3 to this day. Sure. Yeah. Awesome. Could you imagine never having any sort of hope whatsoever within your team? That would be god awful. As a Texans fan, never made it out of the divisional rounds of the playoffs. I would love to be close once. I would love it. But even in the divisional rounds, they're not close. They're getting stomped in those games. That's not fun. I've seen the Texas Longhorns lose close games. I think about Michael Crabtree from time to time. I think about the Oilers and their loss to Buffalo all those years ago, still to this day, and it pisses me off. But guess what? I would love to have a title, even if it was 30 years ago, to show for it, because at least I do have 05 as a Longhorn fan. I don't know. What say you? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Joe, welcome into Extra Innings with Pleasure. How are you doing?
I just almost lost my cookies just then because I was laughing at all the things. So 2 things.
I never knew the Bills anagram.
Well, there's that. However, you've got Cardinals against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Remember?
I remember that one.
Kurt Warner. So talk about close, right?
Yep.
And then talk about, I'm sorry, anything with Miami.
Sure.
I'm sorry. I wish he would have had a ring at any point. With that said, we are the Cowboys. We are not close. We are going to do it. And the Bills are amazing. I'm just a Bills fan. The Mafia, how can you not be?
Oh, it's awesome. And them being close, but they haven't been close for a long time. There was a lot, and AJ didn't bring up the JP Lossmans and the tragedy of quarterbacks in between Jim Kelly and Josh Allen recently.
Well, how about that? Okay, so since you mentioned Browns, it could happen. There's a chance. No, we're saying there's a chance.
What, this year?
Yes.
Well, I mean, technically every year there's a chance, but then the season starts and it's over before it began.
So when did they become parallel to the Cowboys?
I mean, when did who become parallel?
The Browns. Is it not?
No. I mean, at least the Cowboys, they had 3 straight 12-win seasons, made the playoffs, went to the divisional rounds, sent Tom Brady out a loser in his final game ever at home.
Hold on, those still blue eyes. You can't.
I'm not a Cowboys fan. I'm a Texans fan.
Really?
I don't like the Cowboys.
I know you didn't mean to do that, but I heard that. You know, I think you're supposed to be bipartisan just a little bit, so you can just get that little bit clickbait, right?
I try to be as bipartisan as possible with any of my teams and even the teams that I hate. And I don't like the Cowboys, but I try to give them a fair shake. And I think they're getting a bad shake this year because it is a supremely talented team. It is just very top heavy, and I don't know if they can withstand injuries.
Every year. And so now I'm going to ask you one personal question. Why are you a Houston Oilers fan?
I grew up in Houston. I had season tickets to the Oilers growing up as a kid. I grew up watching Warren Moon and Ernest Givens and Haywood Jeffries and Chris Dishman and Alonzo Highsmith. And like, that was my team growing up. Love You Blue Oilers with the air raid offense.
Livingston, Texas. And Houston Oilers number 1578. We're the best in the Lone Star State. Therefore, Dallas Cowboys.
Like, I'm mad at Buffalo because they cost me an All-Texas Super Bowl.
No, I agree with that. But how do we all of a sudden become endearing to Buffalo, though? It's in my opinion,
lovable losers. It's easy to cheer for the losers that have been perennial losers that first start to achieve winning.
There's more songs about losers than there are about winners.
Yeah, but
let's start to Green Day. Let's start to, you know.
I get it. And as an emo kid, I'm all about the loser songs. Like, I've got a million of them in my playlist.
For some reason, right now, I feel like I'm your mother. And someone has raised you right, by the way.
Well, all credit goes to my mother and father. So.
And sports. I mean, seriously, I love these conversations. I think this is what life is about. F politics, F it all. This is what it is. Let the kids play. Let the people play. Let the sports play. Let the game play. Don't sit there and, let's protect the quarterback. Are you kidding me right now?
Exactly.
Quit being a wussy.
Well, I'm telling you. I wish I could play. And that's a whole other subject. Which I could not play, even if I could play.
Well, I appreciate the phone call, Joe. You could call back anytime.
You too. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
And that's what it's about. It's about having fun. It's about the games. It's about everything that goes on around it, whether we love it, whether we hate it. At the end, we should be able to look back, have a laugh, have a cry, go through all the emotions, because that's what sports brings out in us. It brings out the kids, the joy of playing, the happiness of winning, and the agonizing pain of defeat. We go through the entire gamut of emotions with it, and that is the best thing about sports. Unfortunately, when it comes to Project Marvel right now, there is only one emotion, and there are a lot of words that you can't say on radio when it comes to Project Marvel and the politics going on around it. We'll get into some of that when we continue here on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Want to see Dallas take on Atlanta at AT&T Stadium? AARP is hooking you up. I want winners. Just head to sasportstar.com and register to win a pair of tickets to the Cowboys' final preseason game, Friday, August 22nd at 6 p.m. Cowboys! It's your chance to catch America's team live before the regular season kicks off. I like this kind of party! From AARP and 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
The granddaddy of all hunting shows is back, and we are ready to cross the state of Texas to bring the best hunting show to a city near you. The Hunters Extravaganza is a great event for the whole family. We have the latest and greatest the hunting world has to offer, from products to hunts, and feature seminars with Dr. Deer, Gary Robertson, and more. Come enjoy attractions like rattlesnakes, gator country, a fish tank, and many more. Join us in San Antonio for the Hunters Extravaganza. Get tickets at ttha.com. Brought to you by the Texas Trophy Hunters Association.
Have you or a loved one been arrested? Call the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and get the aggressive legal help you deserve. From criminal defense to personal injury, attorney Jesse Hernandez and his powerhouse team are ready to fight for your rights. Calls are answered 24/7 because legal trouble doesn't keep office hours. Call 210-807-8656 or visit jessehernandezlaw.com. That's jessehernandezlaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, has your back.
Calling all snack MVPs, it's time to huddle up with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, the low-carb, high-protein snack with a flavor-packed crunch. From sea salt and cracked black pepper to hot honey, sweet barbecue, and more, these bold bites are ready to tackle your crunch time cravings. Find your flavor playbook at H-E-B and make every bite count, because when it's crunch time, there's only one snack you need on your team: Southern Recipe Small Batch.
What is your next success story? At University of Maryland Global Campus, you can succeed again with more than 135 affordable online degrees and certificates to help you move your career forward. From cybersecurity and AI to healthcare and MBA, our programs help you build critical thinking, leadership, and communication skills that set you apart in today's job market. Apply now and save with no application fee through September 3rd. Visit umgc.edu to get started. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems like snoring, aches and pains, hot sleep, or even an old saggy mattress that can keep you up at night. And our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now get a king bed for a queen price, plus a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Summer's here. Get ready for backyard barbecues, trips to the pool, and COVID-19.
That's right. COVID isn't taking this summer off and can actually spread year-round. I'm Dr. Simone Wiles, and as an infectious disease expert, I know my patients are often surprised by this fact. They don't expect COVID to strike in the summer and derail their plans, but guess what? It can. COVID can be unpredictable and quickly turn serious, especially for those who are 50 plus or have certain underlying medical conditions. The good news is that if you start feeling sick or test positive, you don't need to wait it out. Prescription medications exist to treat COVID for certain people. If you catch COVID this summer, don't delay. Ask your doctor if prescription medication is right for you. Learn more at pfizerforall.com/COVID-19.
This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 and monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your priceless vinyl collection. Sure, you sleep on a futon because the money most people would have spent on a bed you spent on more records. But forget the fact that you can stream just about any song ever created for a few dollars a month. No, you need to listen to music in the most difficult way possible. So go ahead and get Progressive so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
It's Extra Innings with Pledger on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pledger right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. I'm James Pledger. Appreciate y'all rolling through with me, however you may be rolling through, whether that's on YouTube, on 94.1 on your FM dial, or at sasportstar.com. Before we get into what Gina Ortiz Jones said to KSAT earlier today on the Blitz as they were breaking that down, well, let's take your phone calls. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Wes jumped in. Wes, welcome into Extra Innings with Pledger, my man.
Hey, Pledge, thanks again for taking my call. Yeah, listen, hot topic, and I know for a fact that the San Antonio, area is really, really on edge about this. And let me just put it this way, Pledge. I can understand. I know people aren't going to want to hear this. I can understand what the mayor is thinking, but I also understand this from a perspective of.
If you understand what she's thinking, what is that? Because I'm a little bit befuddled by what she's thinking.
Well, she talks about the economic impact, and I think when you look back at what happened with the AT&T Center and the promise of, and of course that was a county dispute, it was different, but and a city dispute. But when you promised that the East Side was going to have some, growth, and there's going to be stuff, even dating back to the old days of the Alamo Dome, when building the dome felt like it was going to be the surefire way to get NFL. That being said, this is a no-brainer, Pledge. I mean, the one thing she doesn't understand, and I get it, that she's scared to be, that's why I say I get it, because she's scared to be the scapegoat for a third time that an arena or a sports, arena is built, and she feels like she's going to be the one to blame. I say this, though. The arena, the Hemisphere Arena, going there for games when I was a kid, that place was amazing. Going downtown, that was amazing. And that's before they had what they were planning to do for Project Marvel, where they're going to build commerce. They're going to have jobs going, to these new businesses, to the hotels, to the sports complexes themselves. Listen, this is a no-brainer because of what it's going to do for commerce for San Antonio. It's not going to hurt commerce. It's not going to take away from it. It's actually going to create jobs. That's the part that I don't think that she really understands. I can see from the standpoint of somebody feeling like, hey, if we've been stung in the past, we need to take our time. That's why I say that. Do I agree with it? Oh, hell no. This is not anywhere close to what those other opportunities were. This is as surefire a slam dunk as you can get, specifically when the Spurs Sports and Entertainment Group is willing to give, that big 1.5 or over $1 billion to make it happen. Pledge. I don't understand how she could not see that. Now, that being said, I'm very hopeful with the council members that, regardless, that they'll move forward.
Man, look, that makes a lot more sense to me. But why can't she say that? Why can't she say, like, because of broken promises the last time around, instead of stringing along and changing narratives and topics every time she's asked personally, like, hey, you're concerned about economic impacts. She was literally asked, have you done any actual data as to what the economic impact of losing a professional team like the Spurs is, and what they bring to the city, and what they, bring, not just in terms of dollars and attendance and marketing, in terms of everything that they bring visually, but also what they bring in terms of donations and to the presence to the food bank, and what they just did for the Hill Country and back to school drives and all the charitable work that they do within the city.
Yeah, Pledge. And again, this is also coming from the same perspective. If we don't think that the Spurs are capable of leaving, you just talked about being an Oilers fan. I was an Oilers fan. I was totally disheartened that only 1,200 fans showed up to rally behind them when they were about to leave. And I was like, that can't happen. And yet I will give Houston some credit. I'm not a Texans fan. I am a Cowboys fan.
And that boiled down to politics, by the way. The reason they left was politics.
It was. Now, I will say this, though. the city leadership of Houston had the wherewithal to realize we're going forward. We're going to get another franchise. San Antonio has always had this. People that want to ride the fence. My dad was a preacher, and he used to preach a great sermon every Sunday, and he would say, you can't be on a barbed wire fence, straddling it, and walking down a straight line. You have to pick a side of the fence. And city leadership often for San Antonio has had this woe is us, we can't do it mentality, rather than stepping up and having true leadership to make it happen. Believe what you will. Believe about the Raiders what you will. It's about the San Antonio Current article that was written about Mark Davis and the promise that they were probably pretty close to saying yes to San Antonio if it weren't for, hey, well, we want to have, home games from, a different place. And San Antonio said no. If that's really what happened, I'm not saying it is, but if we believe that article, what is our leadership guidelines? Is it that we're just afraid to pull the trigger anytime something gets to be a hard decision? Because I'm more concerned about that for the city of San Antonio long term than even the Project Marble if we can't have our leadership make tough decisions, Pledge.
I agree wholeheartedly. Thanks for the phone call, Wesley. Always appreciate the conversation, my man.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
And he's right. Like, they got to make hard decisions. And part of the hard decisions is sometimes investing in things to make the city better, to make it more attractive, to look at other big cities. There are huge attractions that draw people in, that draw in convention space, that draw in all of these things. Look at the transformation that the city of Austin has gone through in the last 10 years that has made it such a more desirable space for, look at the amount of corporate big backing dollars that now go there because of the changing landscape of that city. Sometimes you have to keep up with the Joneses. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Haven't heard from this man in a while. Alfred, what's going on, my man? How you been?
Pledge, what's up, Pledge? How you doing, man?
I'm always good. Things are looking bright for your Commanders, or I'm sorry, Redskins.
Yep, they are.
How do you like for them to be addressed?
Oh, they're the Redskins till the day I die.
Gotcha.
They are the Redskins till the day I die.
What you got for me, Alfred?
No, touch up on Project Marble, man. It's crazy, I'm a business owner, and there's a saying that goes around: you got to spend money to make money, people. There's no way around it. You need to have a updated, venue, and the people that are voting against it are either not from here or they just want to lose the city money, because it's insane to even think about not doing this, because not only are you going to raise so much money downtown and for the tourists and for all of the, everybody brings up the Frost Bank Center and how, nothing developed on the east side. Downtown ain't going nowhere.
Downtown ain't the east side.
It ain't going nowhere. There's tourists already there, and what do we got? The Alamo and the River Center. You remodel, revamp downtown, and have this big arena. We're gonna get lots and lots of money from it, but you gotta spend some money, people. I get it, taxes are gonna go up. Hey, but in the long run, if you don't do it, ask Oakland what happened to the Raiders, and ask Oakland what happened to the A's. They got nothing now.
And it's not just Oakland. Look at San Diego and what's happening.
Exactly.
They lost the Chargers.
Exactly.
Look at St. Louis. Look at Houston when they lost the Oilers. Look at, there are a multitude of cities throughout the United States that thought they were immune to this. Seattle with the Supersonics. There's always going to be a hungry city that understands the value that professional sports brings to that city.
Exactly. It's insane to even think that we wouldn't do this. I mean, we've been spoiled Spurs fans our whole lives. We could at least give them a nice and new arena for the city. I mean, we've had it good for the past 20 years. I mean,
and think about it.
you
No
can't lose
longer when the Spurs are good again and they cut away to the game, they're not flashing to the Riverwalk or B-roll footage of somewhere else around San Antonio because they were afraid to show a blimp shot of the SBC Center, or at the time the SBC or AT&T Center, because of the area surrounding it. They will happily show what this Project Marvel looks like once it's all said and done. And I keep talking about things like the Deer District up in Milwaukee. You look at them during their runs and how awesome it was just to see that flow of people in that bar district.
Yeah.
Just when they cut away to that, and you wanted to, like, maybe I can't go to the game, I can go downtown and go buy a beer at the bar district and entertainment district and sit outside the game and watch it there. That's something I can do.
Down Commerce. We can honk down Commerce now. It's way easier. You're right there.
As soon as you leave the stadium, you can start honking.
You can honk downtown every game now. And not even that. I don't know about you, Pledge, but I saw something about a Ferris wheel in Hemisphere Park. I like Ferris wheels. I want a Ferris wheel downtown.
That would be awesome.
But I would like that. That would be awesome. There's so many benefits to this. You got to spend money to make money, because guess what? Some of the ownership of the Spurs is in Austin.
And I will say this too. You talk about spending money to make money. Also realize a good deal when it's on the table. The Oklahoma City Thunder are chipping in $50 million for their nearly $1 billion stadium. We're talking about $1 billion stadium. The Spurs are committing to half of it.
Yes.
And then we're getting public funds through the state to help cover other costs. The Spurs have also committed to the overruns on the project, which could be massive. So that saves you there, on top of the fact that not a single penny is being taxed to the actual citizens in any kind of local tax. It's all a tourism tax that affects a 3-mile area downtown.
That's where I don't understand with the mayor. Like, what more do you need? It's all there. It's if you
they could ask for so much more.
If you know anything about money, you got to spend money to make money. You can't lose the Spurs, because guess what? Vegas got money, and they already took our WNBA team
and our hockey team, by the way.
It wasn't. Oh, did they? Okay.
The Rampage went to Las Vegas.
Really? Yeah. No, I missed the Rampage game. I want a hockey team again. Like, come on.
Well, let's focus on keeping the Spurs first. Then we can talk about a hockey team.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's insane that this is. It's insane that this is even a conversation. Like this is bananas. This is nonsense.
It's a conversation because politics always gum up everything, because you have to play to a party. Whether you agree with it or not, you play to a party, and party lines can divide everything. There's a reason that the Oilers are no longer in Houston and they're in Tennessee and now called the Titans, and it's because politics got in the way.
Yep. No, I agree with you. It's insane. It's really insane, and I just don't understand it. It's just ridiculous.
I think a lot of us don't understand it. I appreciate the phone call, Fred. It's always good to hear from you. Hopefully, now that football season is back, we will hear more from you going forward.
Oh, I'm definitely going to be calling Minix a lot more to see a lot of tears from his under 500 Cowboys.
I appreciate it, man. Have a great one.
Yep. Yes, sir. Thank you, bud.
Like I said, we will hear some of those comments from Gino Ortiz-Jones and more coming up, plus more of your phone calls. here on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Golf Classic is back, baby. Get the crew together. Guys, gals, the whole gang. And join us Monday, September 29th at Olympia Hills Golf Club for a laid-back day full of swings, laughs, and little friendly trash talk. It's just $120 per player or $400 for a foursome. A steal for a day on a beautiful course with your buddies. Proceeds benefit the Community Foundation of the Hill Country. But don't worry, this isn't a stuffy tournament. No blazers, no pressure, just cold drinks, good vibes, and unforgettable memories. Presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and sponsored by Flight by Yingling and PPL Motorhomes. Then, once you've conquered the course, we'll keep the party rolling at the Break Room Bar off Pat Booker Road, where the drinks are cold, the food is hot, and the stories are even better. Get ready to tee off on the best Monday you'll have all year. Grab your spot now at sasportstar.com.
Have you tried hands-free Skechers slip-ins yet? Because if you haven't, you're missing out on technology that changes how you think about shoes. First, these are not just regular slip-on shoes. They're not just a pair of loafers without laces. But what makes them different is the technology inside that lets you just step into them. There's a built-in hidden shoehorn that slides your foot in, so they look, feel, and wear just like a pair of shoes you're used to. Except you don't have to bend down, struggle to put them on, or touch them. Try them at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Progressive knows when you're in your RV, you're already on vacation. That's when you become Vacation You, who just camped where there's absolutely no shade. Even though regular you burns easily. In fact, Vacation You burns too, but is too stubborn to admit it, which is why regular you gets in trouble at the dermatologist, because Vacation You doesn't do doctors. So bundle your RV with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
It's the last weekend of quarter horse racing season at Retama Park, and every Saturday night, cheer on the Wheatie Dogs as they race for big prizes. Enjoy terrace dining along with San Antonio's best sports bar, Clubhouse 95, with live music every Friday night. Nothing beats quarter horse racing when you get playpen rewards with every wager. This is the last weekend of quarter horse racing until next year, so don't miss live racing action at Retama Park. For all the details, visit retamapark.com. That's retamapark.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Thursday on the Morning Huddle, a small Friday edition. We both bring our voices. Do the Cowboys have Micah? And the premiere of the Dallas Cowboy history on Netflix. So much to talk about. Oh, yeah, there's also some college football. We'll be here early. You get here, too. The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Andrew Monaco, and you're listening to the home of the Aggies, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Oh, my goodness. This has been a fun one. You guys are making today great. Appreciate the conversations as always. Everyone that's called in so far tonight. Like I said, I was raised to hold certain people with the utmost respect that they are deserved. The office of the president, sitting mayor, whoever it may be. And I will continue to uphold those values that my parents instilled in me when I was a kid, no matter who was in office, whether I agree, disagree, whatever. There is a certain respect that you give certain people. And while I may not agree with Mayor Gina Ortiz-Jones currently and the way that she is going about things, I await to hear more from her and to give us the answers that we're so looking for. And she went to KSAT 12 last night, did an interview, and the Blitz was talking about some of her answers when it comes back to whether or not there are concerns when it boils down to the Spurs and the potential of a card that every professional sports team plays at some point or another.
And most of us will have no idea what it's like to manage those kinds of dollars. You know, think the Cowboys are worth more than what the city is looking at spending to completely redo downtown with this Project Marvel.
Uh-huh.
And with that in mind, it's certainly understandable when you're talking about numbers like that of making sure that it is spent wisely, doing all the different due diligence, if you will, on getting Project Marvel. Now, we've invited the mayor on, Gina Ortiz-Jones. So far, we haven't heard back. We haven't even gotten not today. We got that yesterday, maybe tomorrow. Today, we're getting no response whatsoever. I know there's a budget meeting coming up. Maybe she's got to prepare for that because math. But at the same time, as big as of an issue this is where somebody like the mayor needs to be out in front, because as she continues to stir the pot and seemingly very negative, you would think that she would be, like on the campaign trail, out in front and clear with her messaging on why she appears to not think that the work done by the previous mayor and the staff is valid enough for her to move forward now that she is in that seat.
Yeah, look, she knows that. She does. But for whatever reason, with whatever people that are around her or campaigned or help her get in, they don't want this. And she's trying to stall it. I mean, it's pretty clear to me, because there are a lot of smart people, Ron Nirenberg, one of them, that were in that office, and council people as well, that had taken care of this. She knows they're smart people. But for whatever reason, well, she wants to stall this thing.
And again, I mean, mayor, council people, Eric Walsh, and who's the city manager, the staff that has been working on this, none of those changed with the election. So city council changed, mayor changed, but those that were doing this work, they haven't. And by all accounts, they do a hell of a job with what they actually do. And her saying there needs to be more clarity and a more detailed study, in some ways, is slap in the face to the work that was already done. Now, the Spurs, by every indication, have not threatened to leave if they don't get their new building. But we all know how this works, and there will be other cities courting the San Antonio Spurs.
Of course you will.
If there seems to be roadblocks or if this project does get derailed. Now that said, Gina Ortiz-Jones, our mayor, was asked during an interview on KSAT 12 yesterday if she has any concerns that the Spurs would leave San Antonio.
That is a decision for the Spurs to make.
What?
I think what we as elected officials need to do is do our due diligence, look at the data, understand how these investments best serve our community, and be very clear about the due diligence that we have done to ensure we have all the information. And I'm thankful that we have the time to do that. I wrote an op-ed that was very clear about where I think we still have some gaps and what our community is owed as we think about this generational investment. So we've got the time to get the data, and now we need to have the courage to ask the questions, and we need those answers. That's what people deserve.
What she says, we have the time, and I'll give her that. We have the time. How much time do you need, Madam Mayor? I mean, and seriously, I'd like to know. All right, we need to take 6 months to look at this, or we need a year to take a look at this. What kind of time frame are we looking at? Because I think the Spurs might want to know that. I think the other council people might want to know that. And I think the citizens of San Antonio might want to know that. I'd like for her to be more clear about how much more time does she need to get the answers that she's looking for.
No, I think there can be some debate on time because Mark White, District 10 City Councilman, who did join us on the Blitz yesterday, explained why there is some urgency. One, the county part goes to the voters in November. And Gene
November
Ortiz
4th.
Jones can say the county and the city can work separately, but we're all voters here. So show us respect as voters for citizens of San Antonio, but residents of Bexar County, what we need. So to me, there is some urgency there from Mark White. And then also the way I understand this PFZ zone stuff, and I know more about this now than I want to, and I'm still not 100% sure on things, just to be clear, but there is a 5-year window for those projects and that money to be used. So now I think a project has to start within the 5 years for that money to be available, but there is some urgency, and the lease expires in 2032. It's 2025. Buildings don't get built in 6 months like this. So
it does take time. And look, on that KSAT interview, they pressed to find things out. And once again, they doubled down with the, hey, any concerns that the Spurs may eventually leave? And once again, she doubled down with,
Again, that's for the Spurs to decide. Our Spurs are so critical to our city, our culture, our identity. And I think it's important that we also are not operating from a place of fear. Let's look at the data. This is a generational investment. We're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars here. And I think we need to do our due diligence, and I'll continue to ask that we do that.
yeah, it's hundreds of millions of dollars, not billions, because the Spurs are picking up a big chunk of that tab. You look up at Oklahoma City, not a tourism tax, publicly financed, 95% of it is all publicly financed for their new stadium. This is very different, and it's giving you so much more than just an arena. And we talk about the bar district and the renovations and all these things and the convention center expansion. What about the Alamo Dome renovation, which could help keep Final Fours in the rotation after they said they're done because it's outdated? And then not only that, if you renovate it well, you're all of a sudden in the mix for bowl games, national championship games, potentially. I mean, it would be incredible to get big events like that in this city and bring the attention that this city so desperately needs to show how great of a jewel this place is. This is Extra Innings with Pleasure. I am James Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star 941 FM, sasportstar.com. When we come back, Micah didn't want to talk to the media. Jerry did. What did Jerry have to say about Micah? Well, I'll let you know. Coming up right here on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Have you or a loved one been arrested? Call the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and get the aggressive legal help you deserve. From criminal defense to personal injury, attorney Jesse Hernandez and his powerhouse team are ready to fight for your rights. Calls are answered 24/7 because legal trouble doesn't keep office hours. Call 210-807-8656 or visit jessehernandezlaw.com. That's jessehernandezlaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, has your back.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Listen up, San Antonio. At University of Maryland Global Campus, you can get college credit for the stripes you've earned. Turn your military rank into college credit to save time and money on an online degree. Eligible enlisted service members and previously enlisted veterans may receive up to 12 credits for select undergraduate courses based on their rank, and up to 90 credits in total for prior learning, military experience, and training. Classes start soon. Learn more at umgc.edu/SATX.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Your fantasy draft is here. The Smack Talk is starting, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country. 210-656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
License number 38961.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 and monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
94.1.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, SASportsStar.com. I am James Pleasure. As always, I appreciate y'all rolling through with me tonight as I take you up to the top of the hour and get you ready. As Mayor Ortiz-Jones isn't the only one ruffling feathers, with the Spurs fans being ruffled to the point where people are doing and saying stupid things on Twitter. Don't be that guy. Give the people in the power the respect that they so and their titles so deserve. Even though you may not agree with them, nothing bad has happened yet. We are assuming, and we cannot make any assumptions until we have all facts. And that's one of the things she's searching for, is more facts. It feels like she's trying to delay on purpose, but maybe, as she says, she is just looking for more concrete evidence. Well, maybe Jerry is also looking for more concrete evidence, because he was asked today if there's a deadline now to know if Micah will be playing in week 1 for him to get back out on the field.
No, not at all. You don't have deadlines when you're playing under a contract.
Man, and Jerry's not short-winded like this a lot of the time. So when people talk about the rift between he and Micah, you can kind of feel it with some of these answers, because Micah was asked leaving the field and he's like, I got nothing to say, and walks off. He's done. He's done talking, which is also weird for Micah. Usually Jerry will take a comment and drag it out to a minute just for bleeps and giggles, right? Well, he was asked about, hey, you're going home. Is this going to help spur contract talks with Micah?
I don't know that necessarily talks will, but we've got a game coming and he's under contract.
4 seconds and 7 seconds. And in each clip, he's mentioned he's under contract. The longest clip I've got here from Jerry is 25 seconds. That tells you something ain't right. And Jerry is watching his words, because there's obviously some sort of disagreement and there has been some loss of love between the two. Can that be solved? Absolutely. We see it all the time. But my goodness, when people say that there's a rift, it's starting to feel like there's a rift all of a sudden, because when Jerry was asked what's preventing contract talks right now,
again, really nothing.
So why don't you talk?
Again, nothing would be that, and we might or might not talk, and the rest of that gets in what we do every day.
That's the one thing that has at least giving me some pause as we go through this, is there's been a lot of talk about, it's all for show. There's no bad blood. They've got a great friendship. Friendships can fall apart. We've seen it. We saw it with Jerry and Jimmy, and it took a long time for those two to finally bury the hatchet, to where Jimmy, when he found out he was finally going into the Ring of Honor at the Hall of Fame,
While I'm alive,
was his reaction, because that's how bad it had gotten between them. Now, if there's no deal, is Jerry comfortable with the idea that Micah will be on the field week 1 against Philly?
Well, again, all you got to go on are contracts. And we are negotiating for a contract. Well, when you do a contract, you would hope that after a negotiation, that's what both the team and the player look to see what our obligations are. And so I have a lot of respect for a contract.
To me, it feels like Jerry is dragging this out because he knows it's cheaper to tag him. It's cheaper for him to play on the 5th-year option. It's cheaper to tag him a second time and then pay him whatever he's due, the same way he did with Dak. Now, is Micah going to have that same, I will play this thing out and take it to the bank that Dak Prescott had? I don't know. But at some point, it feels like things got broken down between the two of these guys, and you can tell in Jerry's answers that something is definitely wrong between the two. This has been Extra Innings with Pledger. I am James Pledger here on San Antonio Sports Star, 941 FM, sasportstar.com. Remember, call the loved ones, check on them, make sure they're doing good. You never know what people are going through in life. Much like Jerry Jones, 10 years battling cancer, we didn't even know. So call your loved ones, check on them, make sure everything's going all right. A simple, hey, how are you doing, could change somebody's life. Until then, we will see you tomorrow right back here on San Antonio Sports Star. Start your morning tomorrow with the Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob, and of course, the Blitz from 4 to 7. Then join me tomorrow night again right here on Extra Innings with Pledger.
94.1 FM.
What we've been doing is pulling one of the people that sells a car every month and giving them a prize.
Give Me the VIN is giving away $25,000 in cash every month.
David Ling sold your car last week.
I sold a 2020 RX 350.
Yep.
Yeah.
Open that check up and tell me what it says.
$25,000.
$25,000. Give me that. David Ling of Claremont, California is the latest winner in GiveMeTheVin.com's big cash giveaway.
$25,000. What am I getting for being here?
No purchase necessary. For official rules, go to GiveMeTheVin.com. Sell us your car.
George gets justice. If you've been injured, get George, because George gets justice. With over 100 years of combined experience and a relentless dedication to your case, the attorneys at George Salinas Injury Lawyers will fight for what's right. If you've been injured and it's not your fault, get George and get the compensation you deserve. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Attention football fans, AARP Texas is teaming up with San Antonio Sports Star for this season's Dallas Cowboys training camp. Enter for your chance to win a pair of preseason tickets or tickets to a home game. Visit SA Sports